everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Rhonda, better known as Hot Mess Mama MD, and on today's video it's another edition of Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money? What we're going to be talking about, trying out, testing out, and reviewing is this 18 pan palette right here called Sundown by CColor Cosmetics. It looks like this and it is a potential dupe for the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Now this does retail for $65, this one for $15.50, again by CColor Cosmetics. As always, I am not sponsored by either one of the companies that I am talking about today. So you know what part of the video or time in the video this is? This is the time where you pause the video and you decide whether or not this is the high-end side, this is the inexpensive side, what side is which. Leave a comment down below, let me know if you were correct or not, and make sure to come back and let me know if you were right, if which side was which was correct. Anyways, if you are interested to see if this $15.50 palette by CColor Cosmetics is a dupe, in fact, for the $65 Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so before we get into anything, I just want to let you guys know it is ragweed season here in Kentucky, so my eyeballs are driving me completely bonkers. So yeah, I have allergy eyes right now. I have my drops in, I took my allergy meds, but like my eyes are still irritated. So this is going to be a fun video. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it. I did swatch everything for you. I will be zooming you guys in so you guys can see the swatches and all of that good stuff. But let's go ahead and talk about this palette right here. It is called the Sundown palette. It is 18 total shades, and like I said, it is supposed to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, which of course I will be doing a side-by-side for you guys. You guys can tell I've been playing around in it. I did, like I said, swatch everything for you guys, and like I said, this is to be a dupe for the Desert Dusk Huda Beauty palette. Now this palette right here does retail for $15.50. This one does retail for $65, and this is what they look like side by side. So very, very similar, but right off the bat you can tell like the pressed glitter color shade is a bit off. And let's go ahead, I'm going to change the battery because of course I didn't pay attention and my battery just went low. So I'm going to hop off real quick, change the battery, come back and give you guys the swatches. Okay, so I am back. I have changed the battery, and on the bottom are all of the Sundown swatches. On top is all of the Desert Dusk swatches. Hopefully my camera is in focus. You guys can tell some of the shades are almost identical. Then there are some that are a little bit off. You guys can see like right here, just off by a little bit. Some, I will tell you guys, is off a little bit more than others, especially down through here. But again, I really feel like once you apply these to the lids, it won't be that noticeable. By the way, there's the shimmer glitters. You can see the Sundown one is a little bit more brown, where the Huda one is a bit more gold. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started on the application process. Okay, so if you are new to Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money, what I do is I take both palettes. However, on one side I apply the high-end palette, on the other side I do apply the less expensive dupe palette. So that's of course what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to start off with the $15.50 CColor Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to go ahead, this does not have any of the names on the front or on the back or anything like that, but I'm going to go ahead and just set my lid with this shade right here. And again, I'll be using the same comparable colors in the Desert Dusk palette. So let's go ahead and get started. You guys know I love my Morphe M576 brush. That's what I'll be using. There is a little bit of kick up in here, but nothing too crazy or anything. Okay, so next I am going to go in right with this color using the exact same brush. I'm really feeling these purples, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be leaning towards the purples today, guys, versus like doing a warm eye look. So just forewarning you guys, my thoughts, I don't know. I didn't mention, I do use the exact same brushes, but I do clean it in between. So starting off, we're going to go in with Desert Sand. There is definitely more kick up just on that shade in the Huda palette than in the CColor Cosmetic palette, just to let you guys know. So I don't think it's bad on either palette, the little bit of kick up that you do get on the CColor Cosmetic one, but like I said, you definitely get more on the Huda side. Again, I feel like it's more of like a preference. Okay, so next, going into the next shade, Musk. Not as much kick up on that one. Okay, so there we go. As far as those two shades go, I feel like it is looking very spot on to each other. Now I'm going to jump back over to the Sundown palette, and I don't know. I think I'm going to just go ahead and do it, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead with this delicious pinky purple color. So brush-wise, we're going to go in with a Morphe R39 brush. Look at that pigment. I'm going to tap a lot of it off just because it kind of scares me. I am going to just kind of build that shade up because the next shade right next to it I think will look really pretty. It's a shimmer, so I don't like to put shimmers in my crease. So I'm going to really build this purple shade up, purpley pink. Let's lightly buff it here. And then I want to go in with this shimmer color right next to it. Sorry if I didn't point that out well. Let's ignore the fact that I just took off my nail polish and I didn't redo it. Okay, I'm going to go in with this Alamar brush and apply some of that in the outer part of the eye. Okay, so I just want to show you guys my eyes. I told you I had allergy eyes. So right through here, my eye is watering a little bit, so it looks a little funny, but that is not the eyeshadow. That is 100% my allergies. And I'm not allergic to it, just so you guys know. I am allergic to the world. So I just want to lightly put that on with the brush. I am going to try with my finger and build it up a little bit more, just because I feel like shimmers and fingers work a lot better. Ooh, yes, girl, yes. Let's go into the amethyst shade right here on the Desert Dusk. Same Morphe R39 brush, just as pigmented, tapping a lot of it off, and then doing the same thing and building up. Just because I worry that this shade could get really crazy. Okay, so I definitely feel like I see a difference. This side is a little bit more of a purple undertone, where the other side has more of a rosy color to it, which, if memory serves me correctly, I want to say that was the thing I ran into with the Bad Habit formula. And buffing. I forgot to put some underneath the eye. Like, my eyes are so itchy, this actually feels good with the brush. Girl. Okay, so I'm gonna do the exact same thing as we did on the other side, using the shade Royal and the Alamar Cosmetics brush. Going in with my finger and tapping that on there. Then jumping back over to the CColor Cosmetics side, and I think I'm going to go in, with this shade right here. And I am going to use my finger just because, like I said, I feel like the shimmers, or most shimmers, always apply better with the finger versus a brush, but I think it's also personal preference. Whoops, I got it on the lower part. Pay attention, girl. That's pretty. Okay, let's ignore that it came down here and that was 100% on me because I'm a clumsy girl and I wasn't paying attention. That's really pretty. Doing the same thing, going over here with Twilight out of the Huda. Now this formula doesn't, it feels a little bit drier and almost a little chunky. Yeah, it's definitely a different type of texture. But it's, color-wise, it's kind of similar. I actually like the CColor Cosmetics side though. The way it looks on my mature lids. So I do want to add a little bit of something underneath my eyes before I jump off to do liner and mascara. So I'm sorry if it drives you guys crazy because I jump back and forth. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to try this color. Should I do this one? I'm going to do this reddish color right here. Going in with a Morphe M411 brush. So I'm just going to kind of put this underneath the eye a little bit. And then for the inner corner, let's stamp a little bit of this beautiful shimmery pink. Right there, and let's do that same underneath here. Jumping back over to the Huda side, we're going to use the shade Saffron. Buffing that underneath. And then doing the exact same thing with this shade. This one's called Angelic in the Desert Dust palette. Okay, so I'm going to hop off, do my liner and my mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my liner, lashes, and lips. On my lips, I do have just the Dose of Colors. This is the Most lip gloss right here. I love it. It's a really pretty iridescent. Then on my eyes, I actually have the L'Oreal Voluminous Base Primer, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and then the Makeup Revolution, the Mascara Revolution Mascara. And then for liners on my bottom waterline, I do have the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On in Underground, and then the Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel in Sleek Onyx. So as always, I will have everything on my face listed down and linked down below for you guys. And let's get down to business. Let's talk about this Sundown palette. So I have to tell you guys, I really do enjoy the formula of the CColor Cosmetics line. Like every palette that I have used and tested out and been trying with their palettes, I actually really enjoy, and I find them very easy to work with. Now, a little bit about this palette. You guys typically ask if there are if there is talc in some of the products that I do use. The #1 ingredient in this particular palette is talc. So unfortunately, if you are sensitive to talc, I don't think that this is going to work for you. This is a 12-month expiration on it, as well as it is cruelty-free. And for those of you who would like to know, it does appear to be made in the PRC and just not sold. So there you go on that. My thoughts though, guys, I mean, you guys see that there are a little bit of differences as far as the undertones of some of the shades go, but overall, I think that this is a good comparable dupe. I don't think that it is a spot-on dupe, but I think it is a nice, affordable, budget-friendly eyeshadow that they wear long. So I will try and remember to put in a like a wear test at the end of this, at the end of my day today for you guys. But I will tell you guys, these shadows do last a long time. And like I said, I know that color-wise, they're not spot on. I'll go ahead and zoom you guys in so you guys can see. I still don't think that they're so far off that you're not going to see, or that you're going to see or think that I have two different palettes on my eyes. I think you have to be really close to me. I mean, maybe, I don't know, I'll have to see when I'm editing this video, but you know, just looking in a mirror from back here, I don't think that there's like this huge difference. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. Okay, so again, this is the Sundown $15.50 palette on this side. Over here is the $65 Huda Beauty Desert Dusk side. And I mean, looking at my monitor, I see the difference, guys. Like, I'm not telling you there's not a difference. I definitely see that, you know, this has more of the pinky, this has more of the rose. But overall, I think they look pretty close. Not identical, but close. Pay attention to the texture. I feel like I liked the smooth, like even though I got a little janky on the shimmer over here and my hand just kind of went nuts, I feel like the shimmers, right away this applied really nice and smooth. Over here it was a little chunky, and I feel like once it kind of warmed up to my eye, it looked, you know, it doesn't look as textury, but I feel like first application, it definitely looked more textured over here than over here. But I think now that everything's warmed up, it does look much better on the Huda side as far as it did before. But I still like the CColor Cosmetics side, guys. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys back out. Okay, so my overall thoughts is that even though this is not a spot-on dupe, every color, every shade, every texture, what have you, I feel like it is very, very comparable. It's very affordable, and I enjoy it. Like, these palettes, I'm like trying to gather all my thoughts. These palettes to me seem very like they're gonna last a long time. I don't feel like I dip into it and I get so much kick up that I'm gonna hit pan very quickly. That is not something that I feel like I have an issue with when I'm using the CColor Cosmetics formula. I do feel like it is definitely more of on the drier side versus, which I don't think it, drier as far as like the Huda Beauty. That's what I mean by that. I feel like it's not a creamy Anastasia Beverly Hills feeling type of formula. It's definitely more on the drier side, more easy, like easier to build up on. You're not gonna, like, once you apply the shade and you try and kind of buff some of it out, it's not gonna go away. Does that make sense? God, I hope this makes sense. It's the first video of the day, guys, and I obviously have not had enough caffeine in this body. So I'm hoping to make as much sense as possible. But for me, I just find these shadows so easy to work with. And if I have to say formula-wise, do they feel like a Huda? They do feel not as drying as Huda, but more on that side of the Huda, where they build up very nicely. They are pigmented, again, once you build them up, and it's not one of those things where you dip your brush in and then you start, you know, trying to blend and all of a sudden it just kind of blends away or it muddies up or anything. So I'm very happy and pleased with this palette. I keep repeating myself because I want to make it clear to you guys that I would not say every shade is a spot-on dupe. I purposely chose colors in here that when I saw by swatches and everything that they were a little bit off, but I wanted to show you guys on the eyes it doesn't make that much of a difference. And to be honest with you guys, if you guys can only afford the $15.50 palette, nobody's really going to like know a difference. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I definitely approve of this. Please don't feel like you have to run out and purchase this palette by any means, but I do enjoy the formula, I do enjoy the palette, I do enjoy the colors. I think that they are very comparable to the Desert Dusk palette, and I think you will be very happy with the quality of this palette. Now, like I told you guys in the past, CColor Cosmetics did provide me with a 10% off coupon code, and they did tell me now it is an affiliate code. So if you are not comfortable with supporting me whatsoever, I'm okay with that. Just go directly to their site. But if you are interested in saving 10%, the code is HOTMESS10. I will have that link down below for y'all. The thing with CColor Cosmetics that I have learned is they don't always have like an abundance of stock, but they are good about restocking their palettes quite frequently. Anyways, and by the way, I was using the CColor Cosmetics eyeshadows before I even realized they were giving me an affiliate. So we're going to throw that out there too, because oh my goodness, the drama in the community is freaking crazy. So I feel like I have to give every disclaimer known to man. Anyways, that's all for today's video. I do want to do my notification squad shout out. If you want to be a part of the notification squad, it's very easy. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure to turn on your notification or your post notification bell, and you will get a chance at a future shout out. Just make sure that you leave a comment down below so I know you are looking to get a shout out on my videos. Okay, so today's notification squad shout out does go to Lisa Lacey. Thank you so much for leaving a comment on my video. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for your support. And like I said, if you want to be a part of the notification squad, it's super easy. Make sure to turn on that notification bell. Leave a comment down below, even if it's hashtag notification squad or hashtag team hot mess, for a chance at a future shout out. If you want to see more of my videos, of course I'm going to have some playing for you guys. If you guys would share my video, share my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, my friends, as always, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky. Bye.